Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, weatherweb.net. This is your look ahead video as issued on Monday the 25th of November. Once again, thanks for watching weatherweb.net, and just a reminder that we're kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen. So when you come back and use the site and use the adverts, that's what keeps us free of charge. So thank you for doing that. Now, some very interesting developments taking place as we head into the middle part of December. Starting to build a story there. Tell you more about that in just a moment, but let's just do a quick whiz through of what's going to happen over the next few days. This is the chart for today, Monday. High pressure in control. Look dry for most, just bits and pieces of rain for eastern coast and the north and west of Scotland. Get set for some fog overnight tonight, some pretty dense fog by Tuesday morning, particularly northern England, the Midlands, Wales and I think southern Scotland too. But during Tuesday, this front slipping southwards, bringing outbreaks of rain and drizzle, bits and pieces of drizzle affecting East Anglia and the southeast too. Most places dry and a cool day as well, particularly through southern areas. Wednesday sees high pressure in control once again out towards the west of Scotland. We've got a warm front that clears southwards. That introducing more cloud, I think, through the day on a Wednesday. And then some more persistent rain just moving into northern Scotland late on. But with high pressure in control, generally many areas dry. Thursday sees the remnants of fronts clearing away down to the south, taking some outbreaks of rain with it. Bits and pieces of drizzle just feeding onto these western coasts of Scotland. For most, though, broken cloud and generally dry. And then on Friday, bit of a change as we head into Friday. Low pressure centred off the east of the Shetlands during the course of Friday. And more northwesterly flow develops behind this cold front. And I think what that will do is bring much colder and settled weather down through the country, a mix of sunshine and heavy showers. Although at the moment, just uncertain as to how quickly that cold air gets in and exactly how it affects us. What it might do is do a sideswipe through Scotland and northeastern parts of England and leave parts of Ireland, Wales and southern England generally quite dry, but more details on that through the week. And then on Saturday, staying in a cool north and northeasterly flow through most areas, generally dry, a few showers down these eastern coasts, but feeling cool with some sunshine and mostly dry for most. Now, we saw that high pressure in there, and if you've been watching over the last few days, you'll know we've been talking about that. This is the ECMWF chart on the left here, GFS on the right. These are the 7 to 10 day means of the 500 millibar flow. They show us where the anomalies are, and interesting, this is from next Monday through to Thursday the 5th. And you notice here, look, that the ECMWF builds these low than normal heights up towards the north, higher than normal down towards the south, and the result is a strong jet stream here affecting Scotland, coming in from the west, bringing more unsettled weather there, but through most areas apart from that northern parts of Scotland, generally fairly dry. Now, for the GFS, that actually still has these low than normal heights here towards the north, doesn't make quite so much of the heights down towards the south, and what it tries to do is actually to bring the jet in a little bit further south, through southern Scotland, through the Midlands, through parts of northern England. Both are fairly similar, and that then makes it quite interesting when I show you the next set of charts, because there is a mass of cold air developing across the pole at the moment. This is the ECMWF for last night, and it's these blue colours here that I'm interested in. These are low heights, and just notice the purples and the blues in there. Then look what happens in 10 days' time. Notice we've still got the blues and the purples, but just look how much further south they've started to push. Now, the trick here is that if we do see, because this is a cross-polar flow coming across here, if this cold air out here manages to dig far enough south, and the warm air down here to the south, which is pumping northwards, cannot battle against it, this cold air will slip southeastwards as a trough, bringing much colder conditions. And what would happen is, as that slips southeast, we'd find the ridge building out towards the west like so. That would gradually build in. We'd have high pressure west of the UK and a north to northeasterly flow. Now, watch the CFS forecasts and see what happens. These are the weekly anomalies 500 millibars. So this is week 1, and high pressure centred across or to the west of the UK during the coming week, which is exactly what we're expecting to see, of course. Then look at week 2. Okay, still got these higher than normal heights down here, lower than normal up towards the north. Here's the jet stream across the north of Scotland. Remember that showing up on the ECM and the GFS 7 to 10 day means. So both are in agreement. This is the period from the 1st of December to the 7th of December. So I think we've got to think about more unsettled weather coming in then, but mainly across Scotland, with more southern areas tending to stay in these dry conditions. Then we'll look at temperatures. And for week 1, well, unsurprisingly, we're in this chilly air at the moment, showing us temperatures below normal for the time of year. If we just go up here and look at week 2, temperatures, again, unsurprisingly, with the flow coming back more into the west, showing temperatures recovering, actually milder than normal across Scotland and Ireland, near normal elsewhere. So perfectly acceptable explanation as to what's going on. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Week 3 of the CFS. This is from the 3rd of December to the 14th. And look, here's the high. So high the normal heights building back into the country, low the normal up towards the north. Here is our cross-polar flow. There's that trough I was telling you about, developing here across the eastern parts of Canada, running up through Newfoundland and into Greenland as well. Now, what that does is it pulls the north or easterly flow around the high like so. So the high stays in position across us, but what it does is it tends to go more into the north and the northeast through that consequence of the trough building out towards the west. Now, as we get on to week 4, still got the high out towards the west, look. The trough has weakened admittedly, and the ridge tries to build back in. The flow is doing something like that. And that then, brings us air from a colder source. Look, this is coming across the northeastern parts of Canada, south of Greenland, and then down through the UK. Now, it's not bitterly cold, but it's cool, and it's chilly, and we've got high pressure around, so we're thinking fog and frost back into the middle part of December. And what's interesting, if you then look at the Korean, now this is for the late part of December, look at the similarities in those patterns. Here's the trough, look, here's the ridge, there it is, going into Europe. So we've got similarity and good agreement between the long range models here, with the high pressure staying out towards the west. And if we just look at the week 3 temperatures, look, we're below normal across the UK. And then if we look at the week 4 temperatures, again, look, below normal. But notice we're in the greens, we're not in blues, we're in greens. And that kind of indicates that it's probably going to be chilly. I think we go with chilly rather than saying it's going to be cold. I think chilly probably sums it up better, but I do think we've got to watch this for going into this cooler part of the middle part of December. Incidentally, look how warm it becomes across central parts of the States, having been cold over the next few weeks. But then look also how cold it becomes across central parts of South America and northern parts of South America as well during this period. So some interesting developments taking place here, and certainly one that we're going to be watching. But for now, thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. You can follow us on Facebook, do a search for Weather School, or on Twitter @Weather School. But for now, thanks for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.